Insane Coincidences, Part 4. An Australian man named Bill Morgan was once declared dead for 14 minutes but somehow survived. To celebrate his survival, he bought some scratch-offs and won a car. When the news asked him to reenact the moment, he bought another scratch-off for the cameras and won a $250K jackpot. This person was saved from a $300 fine thanks to this absolute bro of a bird blocking their license plate from the camera. This same injured whale was photographed 35 years apart off the coast of Mexico. A man named Walter Summerford was struck by lightning 3 times throughout his life. After his death, his grave was also struck. In 2018, a woman from Canada was shot in the chest from point blank. But miraculously, her breast implant deflected the bullet and her only injury was a fractured rib. These are some of the weirdest creatures on Earth that I bet you've never heard of. The raccoon dog is a species related to foxes that's indigenous to East Asia. It is the only species of wild dog that hibernates during the winter. Known as scaly-foot gastropods, volcano snails are a real thing. They have shells made from iron sulfides and are typically found near hydrothermal vents that can reach 750 degrees Fahrenheit. Leoconcha hieroglyphica is a mollusk that received its name because it looks like it's covered in ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics. The leaf sheep sea slug is often considered to be half plant, half animal. By absorbing chloroplasts from algae, it's the only known animal that can perform photosynthesis. The black swallower is a fish that can swallow food more than 10 times its own mass thanks to its expansive stomach. In 2007, this swallower measuring just 7 inches long was found dead after it tried to digest a 34-inch mackerel. These are some of the oldest living animals ever recorded. Harriet the Galapagos tortoise was collected by Charles Darwin in 1835 while he was discovering evolution. She died at the age of 175 as a beloved member of Steve Irwin's Australia Zoo. The world's oldest living spider died at the age of 43. Named number 16, she only died after being stung by a wasp. In 2007, a bowhead whale was found with the end of a harpoon stuck in its neck. It was found that the harpoon tip dated back to the year 1890, proving that the bowhead whale is the world's oldest known living mammal. Born in 1751, a koi fish named Hanako reportedly died at the age of 226 in the year 1977. And finally, the Greenland shark is believed to be the oldest living vertebrate species in the world. This specimen is believed to be around 400 years old, meaning it was roaming the depths before the Pilgrims entered America. Here are some times when animals got revenge on humans. In 2015, a man from China drove home one day to find a dog laying in his parking spot. Instead of shooing the dog, he decided to kick him out of the way, an action the dog wouldn't forget. Later that evening, he returned with more dogs who proceeded to bite and vandalize the man's car. In 2007, a San Francisco Zoo tigress escaped from her enclosure and attacked 3 men because they were taunting her. After killing one of them, she followed the blood trail of the other 2 men and began mauling them before she was fatally shot by police. In July of 2016, a village in India suffered a series of elephant invasions over a 2-week span. 16 different elephants launched various night attacks and ended up destroying 54 homes. After an investigation was launched, it was found that the attacks began after a member of the elephant's herd was killed by poachers. These were some of the craziest World War II tactics that actually worked. The Nazis made crooked picture bombs specifically intended for officers. When they were retreating, they left paintings on the walls and skewed them to the side, so when they were straightened, they were rigged to explode. The Ghost Army was created in 1944 as the first tactical deception unit in U.S. Army history. They used inflatable tanks, fake radio traffic, and built phony headquarters to confuse the Nazis. A U.S. naval destroyer once won a battle against a Japanese submarine by throwing potatoes at them, which the Japanese thought were grenades. The Royal Air Force dropped matchbooks into enemy territory containing instructions on how a soldier could fake an illness. Once Nazi command heard of this, they stopped sending their troops home when they said they were sick. Therefore, many genuinely sick troops were sent into combat, resulting in even more disease and death. These are some of the weirdest mutations ever observed in humans. Josephine Myrtle was born with a rare genetic anomaly known as diphagus. Her body was completely normal down to the waist, but below it she had 2 pelvises and 4 legs. Despite her condition, she still managed to marry a doctor and have 5 children. Javier Beaute is a Spanish actor with Marfan syndrome, a genetic disorder that affects connective tissue and makes people grow extremely long and thin. His 6'7", 120-pound build has landed him various roles in the genre of horror. A family of people with blue skin lived in Kentucky for many generations. They likely gained their blue skin through a combination of inbreeding and a rare genetic condition. Some people are born with an extra hole in their ear where the cartilage meets the face. It's a condition called Pre-Auricular Sinus, and many experts believe it may be the evolutionary remnants of gills.